Hey guys, what's going on? It's Leo. So today we're going to take a look at Ethereum. We're going to look at the big picture. We're also going to talk about a fractal pattern that has come to, that's revealed itself. So we'll take a look at that. And really, we're just going to try to we're going to follow up on the Bitcoin video I did where I was talking about, I think the market cycle top is very likely to be in the end of January of 2022. So we're going to take a look at Ethereum and try to figure out where that market top will be. So whenever I take a look at any asset, I like to start from the highest time frame and then work my way in. So I'm on the daily chart here for Ethereum to US dollar on Bitfinex. And then what I like to do is I like to look at market structure. I like to market geometry, really. So what we have here is a very large Andrews pitchfork. I think that's containing prices very well. So I'm going to go ahead and jump back to the last bull run because it's looking very, very similar to what's going on here. So, if we take a look, let's see, I can do I just forget which one it is, whether it's bar patterns or if it's the other one. I think it's this one. Let's see here. Yep, that's it. Okay, so now we just take that little fractal pattern and we overlay it to here. Let's try to shrink it down a bit and make it match. Okay, so you see what I'm seeing now? How similar this pattern is. So we get this little, we make our top, right, which is here. We get that, look, it's a little hard to see here. I'm gonna bring it up just slightly so we can kind of see it a little better. But you can see this dip down here. That's analogous to this move down. We get the run up, down, down again. So we get the run up, down, down again. And then we move up to test that high as we've done here. Now we pull back. We pull back. And both times we pulled back, we're testing the 200 EMA. That's going to be the white EMA there. So I think that this is a very good fractal for what's going on. And now we're moving higher. So if this is to play out again, I want to figure out where that would bring prices. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete that ghost feed because I feel like it's a little bit in the way. So, this made me change my count. I originally had this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this 5 would have been ending here. But now that I've taken a look and noticed this fractal from the last year and the way that I counted this as a fourth wave, I think that this count makes a lot more sense. So we have our 1, 2 of the higher degree, and then the subdivision for the third wave is 1, 2, 3. We get an ending diagonal in the fifth of the third there. You get the 4, run up for the 5, and now we've done the fourth wave for the bull cycle that we're in. So now how high are we going to go? Well, traditionally what you would want to do is you'd come in here, you would measure the length of your first wave, right? And then you would project it out from your, let me see there, you'd project it out from your fourth wave, okay? So there's your 100%, which gives us around $9,400 price target for Ethereum. Okay, interesting. So now I'm going to put, where is, there it is. So we're going to go ahead and draw up our little box here for our confluent zone of where I think price will go. We're going to just leave it there for now. So now, but what can we learn from the last bull market? So let's figure out if we can find a ratio of how far that fifth leg went. Okay, so let's go ahead and, this isn't based on L8 wave. This is just kind of experimenting. So if we measure that all the way up to here, right? And then we project it down from the retracement. I need to adjust that back. There we go. So we can see that it was a 300% move from the low, right? So that would be measuring this move up, projecting it from the pullback, which gives us a 300% move. Now we can also take a look at the algorithms that I talk about that trade in all these markets. We go ahead and draw that up. And you can see that it's come down to the golden zone. You get a little bit of a wick through it, but ultimately they get their target at the -236. But we can also notice is that, it's it's behaving very similar. Just looking at it, the way that it behaves, as far as this little fractal that we're getting, it looks very, very similar. Pulling from the low, again, not looking at Elliott wave or anything like that, just pulling from the low, bringing to the high, we come down to the golden zone, and now we're moving off. So, we can kind of draw it up to right there. So you get a little confluent zone between, what is that, 13,000, so about 9,400 to $13,000 price target. So, the similarities here are very, they're almost identical. It's amazing how this happens in the markets, where you'll see just the same patterns repeating and repeating and repeating. Let's see if we can't get a little bit better target there. So just before I delete these, notice it came down to the golden zone, came down to the golden zone. So go ahead and delete that. Golden zone is the 618 retracement. So that means it retraced. If you have a $100 move, it basically pulled back to the 62% level. Where is, okay, so we have it looks like it went to the 300%. So let's go ahead and do that same thing over here and see what we get. Come into the high, projecting from where that 4 ends. All right, so a 300% move would get us to $14,583. So we'll call that the confluent zone. So basically we have a range. We'll say $15,000 to $10,000 is where it could be ending up. I'm inclined to think it's going to be closer to 10,000, just because the return of the moves typically diminishes over time. So, if this was what would this be? Wow, 25,000% return. Wouldn't it have been nice to buy Ethereum around $4? So we do that same thing here. You can already see you're not getting quite the same return there. We're at 10,000% return. So I'm inclined to think that it'll be a little bit less, closer to that $10,000 mark. But I think this gives us a very good idea of where we are in the market. I think we're on the 5th leg up, and then this bull cycle will be wrapping up, and we'll be back into another bear market. But yeah, so hopefully y'all learned something from this video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. Please like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Thanks.